to be here. What an 18th celebration. We have 1,000 delegates from 45 markets, and we hope that this is a true indication of the harvest that the renewal season will have in 2025, as the India Rendezvous kickstarts the renewal season every year in January. We are especially thrilled to be hosting this in line with IRDAI's theme of Insurance 2047, Achieving India's Vision. And this is a brilliant stroke of genius by IRDAI to not only address the penetration challenges of the market, but also to showcase India as being the next melting pot of opportunity for the entire global market.
So it's been a great pleasure to talk to the conference this morning. India is hugely affected by climate change. Insurers can absolutely be part of the solution. We need to have a really good dialogue, insurance industry with government, on issues like building codes to make sure we build in a climate resistant way, the planning to make sure we're not building in flood zones and so on. And then the insurance industry needs to be available to cover all the new investment going into renewable energy and so on, some $10 billion worth of investment by 2030 globally.
Absolutely. Well, innovation is evident in India just by looking around. And we had the opening day about Gift City, which really talked about specific things that they were trying to do here out of Gujarat, but also for the country as a whole. But if you look at global indicators, there's a really interesting one called the Global Innovation Index. And that one shows India not just at a significantly high level of innovation for both where it stands in the world regionally, but also its level of development. But it's closing the gap with China, which is really impressive because it's been, while China is at the same level of innovation it's been at, according to this index, for the past, say, 7 years, India has been on a trajectory of higher and higher innovation.
There's a lot of opportunity with the penetration for non-life being at sub 1 and overall penetration being at sub 4, as compared to global average of 7%. I think there's a lot of scope.
Conference was so good. It's much better than expected. As a group, this is our first participation in this conference. Obviously, the turnout of the broker community and the insurance community within this industry was within the country was absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, before that, let me tell you that reinsurance is a specialized field. India is becoming or aiming to become a hub of reinsurance. And even otherwise, India is helping this region to grow and support the insurance industry into the remain in the business and to see to it that we create a kind of ecosystem which is beneficial to all of us.
First of all, it was a great opportunity for networking with like-minded people from across the globe. That is something which I always credit this conference for. Secondly, you bring together the best speakers in certain subjects, certain difficult subjects. You bring them together. They talk on matters which are close to their heart, which they are passionate about, and that gets us all a lot to carry home in terms of knowledge, in terms of sharing their experiences. Yes, and also it gives us an opportunity to express ourselves. Talk to people, use them as a sounding board for our ideas, which is something which I always do relish when I come over.